Howdy everyone and welcome to Game Ping Spotlight, our new show where we take a deep dive into a particular aspect of the games industry. Today's spotlight falls on the political economy of the games industry and the live service bubble that has formed from it. So, without further ado, let's take a dive. Today in April 2025, the top games on the Xbox network show an extremely obvious pattern. Besides a couple of outliers, recently released games like Assassin's Creed Shadows and Monster Hunter Wilds, live service games dominate the market. Even those two outliers have live service features built into them. This isn't anything new. Games like Fortnite, Call of Duty, Roblox, Minecraft, and Grand Theft Auto 5 have stayed in these top spots for many years at this point. For those of you out of the know, a live service game, also known as a games as a service, is a game that is consistently updated with content, updates, and events to maintain a long-term player base that will generate long-term revenue. Fortnite, for example, has a new season every couple of months with a new battle pass for players to work their way through with new skins, emotes, and other cosmetic items. This doesn't include the in-game shop where players can spend their in-game currency, known as V-Bucks, to purchase more skins and other items. So, how did we get here? In his 2004 book, The Problem of the Media, Robert McChesney defined political economy as an area of study that focuses on the relationship between the economic and the cultural structures of our society and how our media reflects that. Where McChesney's view really shines, though, is his take on video games. Video games are beginning aggressively to incorporate products into their content, the next frontier of product placement, with the unique ability of video games to reach highly desirable and elusive youth markets. Ad industry experts expect this area to flourish. That definition doesn't fall far from what David Arditi describes as the political economy of the games industry 20 years later as a model of unending consumption. We can trace the popularity of the modern live service game back to World of Warcraft in 2004, with constant updates, a subscription, an in-game store, massive expansions, and a dedicated team working on the game all year round. WoW set the standard for how to make a successful live service game. As the 2010s came around, games like Counter-Strike, Minecraft, Fortnite, Call of Duty, Destiny, and The Sims all ushered in all kinds of live service features into any kind of genre. Everything could be a live service game. And because of the success and the potential profits in a live service game, developers and publishers kept chasing that dream. Most of the time, though, they chose to skip all the work that is necessary to earn that success. After some research we conducted here at GamePing, we have concluded it came down to four major factors. Lack of content. As seen in the failure of Marvel's Avengers, not having enough content means players will bounce off the title. The recent smash hit Marvel's Rivals seems to be succeeding at delivering lots of content, and the player base is sticking around to support it. Community. There is importance in building a community to support your game. Games like Pillars of Eternity and Destiny take time to cultivate their communities and bring content creators closer to development to help keep the game alive even when players are not playing the game. Failure to invest. A live service game can be expensive, and choosing to give up or not support it with enough financial backing will lead to a title failing, just like BioWare's Anthem, where EA pulled support of the game's overhaul update, Anthem Next. Choosing to invest when your game is in trouble could see a huge turnaround, as seen with Naoki Yoshida's massive overhaul of Final Fantasy XIV, which is now one of the most successful MMORPGs of all time. Monetization. The final factor is monetization. Go too harsh on charging players, and you may find yourself in a Battlefront 2 situation where the game can never be monetized again. Taking a note from Fortnite's generous Battle Pass and shop model, we'll see players feeling okay with spending money on a game that they feel gives them a good deal. A new live service game may be able to get away with some of these things, but in such a competitive market, that risk very well may not pay off. With how volatile the industry has been as of lately, studios continuing to chase the live service trend are risking their very identity. The live service bubble just keeps getting bigger and bigger every day, and until the industry shifts its priorities away from hyper-commercialization and towards sustainable game design, it will continue to suffer from its own self-inflicted wounds. I'm Brandon Alanis, and this has been GamePing Spotlight.